I'd like to maging kaugalian ko na that every time I have the honor of receiving the award, I always ask my assistant coaches to join me kasi wala naman itong award na to without the help of the assistant coaches. It's truly a team effort. Unfortunately, our players couldn't be here, but at least Mikey is here to represent the players because there can be no coach of the year unless the team wins a championship. So please join me in acknowledging a round of applause for the talk and text. Thank you, guys. To the PBA press corps, to the Board of Governors, good evening. Thank you for being here. Kong Willie, Chairman Ricky, Vice Chair Bobby, Gov Al, Gov Robert, Gov Rene, and Gov Eric. To the PBA press corps, thanks for bestowing this award to me in spite of being today the most hated man in Philippine basketball on social media. So you don't know how much this award means to me. I have taken full responsibility and accountability for my failures and my shortcomings, but I cannot take full responsibility and accountability for this award because, like I said, this is truly a product of teamwork of, first of all, our management, giving us all the support in putting this team together, the coaching staff, the players, and of course, my family who is with me. Imagine the first time I won this award was 30 years ago. 30 years. May mga members of PBA Press Corps, di ba po kayo? 1993, I was 29. I am now 58. So double na yung that was 1993. And the last time was 10 years ago. And si Josh wasn't even married then, and now I have my granddaughter with me. Lolo na po ako, very proud, hashtag girl Lolo. So I just wanted to mention some things that I have learned over those 30 years na napakatagal na. And the first is that napaka-importante, especially in these times, for us to practice gratitude, to always be appreciative of what you have. Alam niyo naman yung nangyari sa amin, di ba, sa Southeast Asian Games, how unfortunate it was. So pag uwi ko, ang dami nagtanong sa akin, kumusta ko, coach? How are you? How are you able to cope with all of this? And syempre, you have a tendency to feel sorry about yourself, malungkot ka. But then when I got home, I find out that my first cousin, who's really like a baby sister, pinaka-bunso sa akin, in fact, flower girl siya sa aming kasal ni Cherry. She's pregnant in the US, 4 months. She's 42 years old. She suffered a very severe brain hemorrhage. She's now fighting for her life in the ICU. The baby is still alive and surviving. And so sinabi ko, how will I even start to feel sorry for myself when I know that there are a lot of people who are going through worse things? So for me, pinaka-importante in the face of an award like this is just to remember how fortunate we are and to continue to practice that gratitude. The next thing that I learned, and all of us coaches, Coach Ariel Vanguardia is here, we all know this as coaches, we are only as good as our last championship. We're only as good as our last victory. Whatever we've achieved in the past, today, tomorrow, it really doesn't count. So, all we can say is really just continue preparing ourselves. Because sabi nga nila, di ba, we can never can tell. 2 years ago, I wouldn't even have dreamed to be back coaching, much less being here in this stage. So just the value of always being prepared and always improving ourselves and developing ourselves, I think that's very important. Next, I have learned success isn't final, failure isn't fatal. In the end, no matter how dark the night is, no matter how difficult the situation is, the next day the sun will rise and life goes on. Yeah, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is. The other thing that I learned is the value of having a great support system. I'm very fortunate to have a great management behind me. I'm very fortunate for the PBA. Kasi alam ko naman yung hirap na dinanas nyo the past 2 years, di ba? How difficult it is to just even be able to stage a tournament in the face of the pandemic. Hindi talaga biro yun. Kami, yung teams, the players, we went through it, naranasan namin yung hirap in the bubble. But unless you're there, hindi mo talaga, you really won't know how difficult that is. And so really, the support of the PBA board was very, very crucial. The support of my coaches, the coaching staff, the players. Speaking of coaches, I have had the word from top management themselves, from the top management of Tokentex and San Miguel, that Coach Tim Cone is soon joining the Gilas coaching staff. O scoop yan, ha? Hindi niya alam, ha? So, again, just to reiterate the value of having a great support system around you. And finally, tinatanong nila sa akin, so Coach, since 1993, nawala ka, you've been fired from your job several times, then 2012, nag-retire ka na, bumalik ka. Paano ba bumalik? Paano ba bumangon? How do you continuously rise? And I say it's very simple. Just get up. Tinatanong sa akin ng mga tao, paano ba tumindig? Paano ba bumangon? Ang sagot ko, napakasimple. Tumindig ka lang. Tumindig ako, hindi ko pinangarap, hindi ko pinagdasal. Tumindig lang ako. When people ask me how to get up, I say, I just got up. I didn't pray for it. I didn't wish about it. Just got up. And I think that's something that we all, and I know all of us, we are undergoing our individual adversities and our difficulties. Lahat tayo may pinagdadaanan sa ating mga buhay. In the end, we just have to get up. And nobody is going to do it except ourselves. Because what I've learned is we cannot savor the sweet taste of success without also tasting the bitterness of failure. We cannot dance with collaboration without first dancing with conflict. And we cannot fully live life without the pain of defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, a stress-free, trouble-free environment are dead people's goals. Habang buhay tayo, talagang may problema, talagang may adversity, talagang may pasakit sa ating buhay. And the best we can do is just to get up and to stand up. The PBA has shown us the example. The Board of Governors, in spite of the difficulties, has shown us the example. Allow me to end by just quoting my favorite poem, The Man in the Arena, by Theodore Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or when the doer of deeds could have done them harder. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, who spends himself on a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. So that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory or defeat. All of us in the PBA, the players, the coaches, every game day, we put ourselves on the line. We are the men in the arena. To the PBA press corps, thank you. Thank you for bringing our exploits to the homes of the fans and our audience. And in the end, even if we are bloodied, we are standing here. We remain standing. We remain unbound. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. I look forward to spending more time with everyone. Thank you.